Hi everyone, this is Cooking with Kurt. Today my husband Donald and I are going to show you how to make a matcha cake roll. Fluffy matcha chiffon is rolled with a light matcha cream frosting, then covered with matcha crumbles.
That's a lot of matcha.
Poki poki, matcha matcha! Never mind. Inside joke with myself.
This recipe was requested by a lot of you. Thanks so much for your request, and we hope you like this video.
As with all of our cake rolls, we're going to start by making the sheet of chiffon. Take 4 eggs, separate them into yolks and whites, and let them come to room temperature. Put an oven rack in the middle position and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then take a jelly roll pan, which is 10.5 by 15.5 inches, and line it with parchment paper. Do not grease the pan or the parchment paper. Take a large mixing bowl and a sieve. Add in 1 cup of cake flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 tablespoons of matcha powder. Sift this together. Then whisk the dry ingredients to combine. Add in the 4 room temperature egg yolks, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, half a cup of water, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Whisk this together just until the mixture is smooth and well blended.
The challenge we found with this cake is adding the right amount of matcha for a well-balanced flavor and visual profile.
Exactly. You want to add enough matcha to get that signature sweet, mellow earthiness and vibrant green color, but not too much that the cake becomes too overly bitter. And we found that 1.5 tablespoons of matcha in the chiffon was just the right amount for our palate, but you can choose to add more or less based on your preference. In the bowl of your stand mixer, add in the 4 room temperature egg whites and half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. With a whisk attachment, beat on medium speed until it looks frothy, about 1 minute. When it looks frothy, turn the speed up to medium-high and very slowly add in 1/3 cup of granulated sugar while continuing to beat. When all the sugar has been added, turn the speed up to high and beat until you see stiff, glossy peaks. The meringue should look something like this. 1/3 at a time, gradually and very gently fold in this meringue into the matcha cake mixture until it is very well combined. The mixture should look smooth and you shouldn't see any streaks of white. Pour this batter into the prepared jelly roll pan and smooth the top as much as possible with a spatula. We're going to bake this in our preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 23 minutes, or until the surface springs back when gently pressed. Dust the cake with some powdered sugar to prevent sticking. Place a rectangular piece of parchment paper that's bigger than the cake on top. Quickly invert the cake onto the parchment paper and slowly remove the baking pan. Then carefully peel off the parchment paper the cake was baked with. Cut a 1-inch thick strip of cake off from the long 15.5-inch side and a 2-inch wide strip of cake off from the short 10.5-inch side. Set these strips of matcha chiffon aside. These are going to be used to make matcha crumbles later on. While the cake is still warm, dust additional powdered sugar onto this side of the cake to prevent the cake from sticking, and roll the cake with the parchment paper along the short 10.5-inch side. I like to use the excess parchment paper on the sides as handles for rolling, which minimizes touching and potentially breaking the cake. It's quite delicate. Once it's all rolled up, place it on a wire rack with the seam side down so it doesn't unroll, and let it cool to room temperature.
While we're waiting for the chiffon to cool, we're going to work on the matcha whipped cream frosting. In the bowl of your stand mixer, add in 8 ounces or 1 bar of cold cream cheese, half a cup of granulated sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of matcha, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Using a paddle attachment, beat them together till the cream cheese has softened and the mixture is smooth. Stop the mixer and scrape down the bowl as needed. Just like with the chiffon component, we found that 1.5 teaspoons of matcha in the frosting adds to the right amount of nuttiness and light green color to the frosting without overwhelming the lightness of the frosting. You can adjust the matcha to your preferences or leave the matcha out of the frosting if you prefer. Add in 2 cups of very cold heavy cream and continue to beat for about 1 minute until the cream cheese and heavy cream are combined and uniform. Stop the mixer and scrape down the paddle attachment and the bowl as needed. Switch to a whisk attachment and continue beating on medium-high speed until the mixture forms very stiff peaks. It should look something like this. Leave this frosting in the fridge till you're ready to use it.
When the chiffon roll has cooled to room temperature, we're ready to assemble the cake. Slowly and carefully unroll the chiffon. Spread matcha frosting on this surface, ending up with about 1/4 inch thick layer of frosting. Slowly roll the cake up again, the same direction it was rolled before, but this time without the parchment paper rolled into it. Like last time, I'm still using the excess parchment paper on the sides to help guide the cake in the right direction without having to touch the cake itself. Once it's rolled up with the matcha cream inside it, carefully transfer the roll to your serving dish with the seam side down so it doesn't unroll. Cover the surfaces of the cake with a thin layer of frosting, again about 1/4 inches thick. Remember to leave some frosting to make rosettes on top of the cake at the end. I like to smooth out this outer frosting with a bench scraper.
We're going to let the cake rest in the fridge for 1 hour to let the frosting firm up a bit. While the frosting is hardening, take a food processor and add in the strips of matcha chiffon that we cut earlier. Pulse until you get fine matcha crumbs. It should look something like this.
At this point, we've made this kind of cake with the crumbles on the outside many times before, and if you've made our ube roll, you'll know how messy this step can get. So we like to put wax paper or parchment paper on the counter to catch any crumbs.
It makes cleanup so much easier.
Exactly, otherwise you'll be finding matcha crumbs for days. Place large rectangles of wax paper or parchment paper on your counter to catch crumbs. Take the cake roll out of the fridge and press the matcha crumbles evenly on top and on the sides, all over the cake roll to cover the frosting as much as possible. I like to leave a bare strip on top where the rosettes will go, so the rosettes stick to the cake better. Clean off any excess crumbs from the serving dish. Attach a large open star tip to a piping bag. I'm using a number 1M tip, and transfer the leftover matcha frosting into the piping bag. You can decorate however you like on top. I like to pipe 6 big rosettes on top of the roll, or however many will fit along the top strip. Refrigerate the cake for a minimum of 6 hours, preferably overnight before serving, in order for the roll to set completely. And there it is. Chiffon cake rolled with whipped cream, then covered in crumbles, all bursting with that subtly pleasant umami magic of matcha green tea. Ang sarap.
Yum.
The earthiness of the matcha and the lightness of the cream are such a great combo.
Yeah, it's a great balance of the nutty, sweet, and a pleasant touch of savory.
Thank you so much for watching. Please let us know in the comment section below if you're planning to make this matcha cake roll. Send us pictures of your creations on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Links below. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Cooking with Kurt.
And don't forget to click on the bell so you get notified when we post new cooking videos. And for our written recipes, be sure to check out cookingwithkurt.com.
Maraming salamat!